Hello everyone, this is Shadow Cosmic here, and today I'll be continuing with the rotation review. Okay, I guess I'll call it that, rotation review. Basically, um, if anyone hasn't watched the last episode, it's basically a series where I talk about what's gonna be rotated out of the new sets and what's gonna be rotated out of the new sets into unlimited format. So basically, now we're moving on to DragonCraft. Last session we did ForestCraft, you can check that out. So for DragonCraft, I'll be going for PDK, the archetype PDK, discard DragonCraft, ramp DragonCraft, and then lastly honorable mentions. So yep, without further ado, let's go ahead. So first we have PDK, or maybe some form of aggro DragonCraft as some people like to call it. PDK is losing Ivory Dragon, Maelstrom Dragon, Fire Lizard, Mushushu, and Dragon Song Flute. Okay, so basically, as you guys know, PDK got hit by the nerf hammer quite badly about a month ago, more or less, and they increased it to a 4-drop, they decreased it to a 1-3. Quite painful actually. I think the archetype is pretty much dead in my opinion. But I don't know, people may still find a way to play it. The only thing I could see good coming out of the nerfs was you can now combine it with Dragon Song Flute, because now that PDK is a 4-drop, Dragon Song Flute will no longer burn it. Problem is, now that Dragon Song Flute is getting rotated out along with many key followers, PDK is, I think, completely dead. So Ivory Dragon means you don't get as much draw, and your first turn drop is gone. Maelstrom Dragon, I don't see a lot of people playing it, but I think I only see it in like super aggressive aggro decks. Other than that, I don't see a lot of people playing Maelstrom Dragon, but once again, it's another 2-drop that's out of play. Fire Lizard, a very useful 2-drop that has been great for pings, just to ping off 1 damage, and it's also getting removed. Mushushu, a very good 2-drop on evolve. It gets when anything evolves, it gets +2 attack. It's been great for aggro lineups in DragonCraft, and now it's getting rotated out too. And lastly, Dragon Song Flute itself is going. So basically, I think PDK is really dead. So yeah, unfortunately, I think PDK is gonna be out of the picture. So that's that for PDK, and then we'll be moving on to discard. Discard Dragon. Discard Dragon has a lot of it basically hasn't been played at all. Okay, so nobody in their right mind will play Discard Dragon because it's just that bad. But I'll name a few key cards that I think might affect other decks. Well, one is Dracomancer's Rites, Dragonute Fist, and Wildfang Dragonute. Okay, so Dragomancer's Rites, basically it means right now if you, cause I know some people use Discard Dragon to access PDK, Path to Purgatory, but with Dragomancer's Rites, because for each card they discard, they draw a new card, so they can just cycle their cards very quickly. With Dracomancer's Rites gone, discard DragonCraft no longer has the ability to continuously cycle cards. Dragonute Fist. Now, Dragonute Fist, even though it was meant for discard DragonCraft, sometimes you see it in anti-aggro lists because it allows you to deal 2 damage, 2 separate pings of 2 damage. So yeah, it allows you to deal 2 separate pings of 2 damage, so it was good sometimes to deal with aggro when they play their 2 drops, and then you just blast both of their 2 drops. So yeah, Dragonute Fist was kind of useful against anti-aggro lineups. And lastly, Wildfang Dragonute. She's getting rotated out, which means no more OTK memes. Sadly, no more OTK memes. Oh well. Salute for her for being like making the meme deck of Altered Fate Dragonute, but she has her time and now she has to go. So now we're moving on to Ramp Dragon. Ramp Dragon's actually losing quite a bit. In specific, Ramp Storm Dragon. So they are losing Dragon Emissary, They are losing Alea, Dragon Knight. They are losing Dark Dragoon Forte. They are losing Polyphonic Roar, and they are losing Genesis Dragon. Now, with Dragon Emissary gone, I know a lot of people don't run Dragon Emissary, but I've always found it if you want to play like Dread Queen OTK with Genesis Dragon, you might find Dragon Emissary good for fetching out the late game pieces. But it's not used very often, but it has its uses. So, Alea Dragon Knight, by removing the 1/3 drop that Dragon plays, that also ramps. Yeah, so Dragons probably have to kind of find a new 3 drop because Alea is hard to replace basically because she was the standard turn 3 drop her then ramp. So yeah, it takes away some of Ramp Dragon's ramp ability, and sadly she was a good card. But now she's gone, we have to find replacements. Next is Dark Dragoon Forte, Waifu Material 101, and she's also gone. So with her gone, it means you can no longer do the Dark Dragoon Forte combo to deal 10 damage into the face. So it removes one of Dragon's strong Storm followers, so you can no longer insta-kill as much. Which is good, I guess, because it means your opponent doesn't have to play around Forte as much. But it also removes Dragon's finishing capacity, so I hope in the new set they give Dragon some more late game finishers and something around that. Probably some ways of dealing direct damage. The other two are pretty similar. Polyphonic Roar. Polyphonic Roar used to be Dragon will ramp very quickly and then just drop Polyphonic Roar on turn 9 and get a 5/5 each turn with Storm. That would just continuously attack face again and again and again, and your opponent can't do anything about it unless they can remove the amulet. So yeah, Polyphonic Roar was great, but now it's gone. Lastly, Genesis Dragon. Genesis Dragon was also good because it's a 7/9 with Storm, and now he's also gone. Him and Forte have the same idea. A big Storm that can just whack face. So yep, they are gone too, sadly. So moving on, well, let's not move on first. Ramp Dragon. So basically now Ramp Dragon is still okay, but Ramp Storm Dragon I think has taken quite a big hit. So the Storm archetype may not be as viable anymore. Bahamut is still there along with like Zeus and Israfil. So I think the one with Sahaquil and Lucifer, that control kind of Ramp Dragon will still be okay. But if you're talking about Storm, I think Storm Ramp Dragon is gone. So salutes. Lastly, we have honorable mentions. We have Siegfried, we have Imprisoned Dragon, we have Phoenix Roost, and we have Fafnir. So let's get the easiest done with. Fafnir, I'm just really including him here because he's a legendary and he was useful in like when the game first came out. Basically, I've seen people experimenting here and there with him, but he wasn't that useful. Phoenix Roost, because memes are great. Okay, it was a very fun card to play with, just dropping on 5 and then everything becomes cheap as hell. So Phoenix Roost. Imprisoned Dragon, the 4/3 with Ward. I'm adding him here because he is very good for anti-aggro, and you also can play him in PDK to ward off aggro. But yeah, he's gone as well. And lastly, Siegfried. Siegfried was great as a follower. He would just take out anything that was damaged. So I see people run him when Atomy was going crazy to just Fire Lizard and Atomy. Fire Lizard the Atomy and take him out with Siegfried. So honorable mentions to him as well. And that will be it for this list of DragonCraft. So for the archetypes, I think Ramp is still okay with Bahamut and the neutral set. But then this card is gone, PDK is gone, Phoenix Roost is gone. So I think only Ramp is left unless I'm missing an archetype. But yeah, so let me know in the comments, do you think I missed anything? Do you think some cards should be removed and you're happy to see them go? Or do you think some cards shouldn't be removed and you're sad to see them go? Tell me all your thoughts and ideas. Well, take care. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.